Hey friends, welcome to Tradition Café, the spot where the past bumps into the present and we get to sip our favorite drinks while digging into the stories that make people, well, people. I'm Anna Xavier, your host, curious and totally here for the fun of learning about people's lives. In each episode, we'll celebrate heritage, family, and community, whether it's immigrants, the generations that came after them, or chosen families that make life messy, interesting, and unforgettable. We'll talk art, passions, customs, celebrations, everyday traditions, and how people's cultures shape the way they live, work, and create today. So if you're like me, inquisitive, a little nosy, and love a good story, pull up a chair, grab your cup, and thanks for listening. Hey, Tradition Cafe peeps. Thank you so much for stopping by again. Today, well, first of all, this is Ana, but you knew that. In other words, it's Ana Rita Xavier Camaño. And the reason I say that is because my guest today is going to introduce herself. She is Latina as well. And what is your full name, your full Latina name?
Hola, buenas tardes. Hello, everyone. My full name is Violeta del Carmen Amador Guidos.
Guidos. That one I've never heard.
It's my mother's maiden name.
Is Del Carmen your
middle name?
Middle name? Oh, it's so beautiful.
And my middle name, I was named after both grandmothers, paternal and maternal, and they were both Carmens.
My mother and her twin and their mother are Carmen.
Yes, it's a very Latina, and I want to say generation. It's from like the 30s, 40s, maybe. You know. It's a beautiful name.
It is a beautiful name.
It's powerful.
Yes, Carmen. So, do you, when you introduce yourself, do you go by Violet or Violeta? Because when I met you, oh, by the way, Violet and I have worked together for about 9 years. We won't say where, because just in case we go down a rabbit hole.
Ooh, it's a dark rabbit hole.
But when you introduced yourself to me, you said Violet.
So, interesting topic because it really depends on the audience. Mm-hmm. And I think that it also depends on proximity, where you're at. Oh. So, corporate is Violet.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know how to pronounce
They're
Violeta.
Say Violeta.
Violeta.
It's just like I get Anna.
Yeah.
No, it's Anna. Donna? No. Hannah? No. Come on, it's Anna. So Violeta.
Violeta.
Nice.
Not Viola.
Viola Davis.
I do get that as well.
Do you get that as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Viola.
Yes. And interesting enough, I went to a salsa Cuban party, and I was introduced as Violeta.
Nice. And
the gentleman that I was introducing myself to, I said, "Oh, hi, my name's Violet," and he was a babalao, a santero, and he looked at me like, "Don't you dare!"
Explain to the audience who does not speak Spanish what that is.
Santero is...
No, babalao.
Or babalao. Someone who I believe, and please, I may have this wrong, but my understanding is someone that practices the Cuban Santero philosophy. It's a old tradition in the Santos, and it's rooted from Cuba.
You know, we've all seen these Hollywood movies around through the decades that portray Santeria. They kind of blend it together with voodoo and other Afro-Caribbean religions. And they portray it like this primitive, violent, superstitious, dark magic type stuff. And they're usually the villains that are sending fear and terror into the people. But in all actuality, enslaved people brought Santeria from West Africa, preserved their gods called orishas, by blending them with Catholic saints. That fusion became Santeria, a religion of ritual, rhythm, and reverence. Santeros and babalaos are spiritual leaders in Santeria, each with distinct roles in guiding the faith. Santeros work closely with the orishas through rituals, offerings, and healing. At the same time, babalaos are diviners trained in the sacred Ifa system, a deep ancestral form of wisdom. Now, in Mexico, Santeria arrived quietly, mainly in the mid-20th century through Cuban migration following the 1959 Cuban Revolution as people were fleeing the country because of the political upheaval. It also spread through growing spiritual curiosity. Today, you'll find it in places like Mexico City and Veracruz, practiced discreetly in botanicas, private homes, and often alongside curanderismo or brujeria. Now, what are those? While curanderismo, I can never say that word, curanderismo and brujeria are rooted in Latin American spiritual traditions, they have different roles and connotations. Curanderismo is a healing practice that blends indigenous medicine, Catholic prayer, and folk remedies, often focused on restoring physical, emotional, and spiritual balance. Brujeria, on the other hand, is associated with folk magic and witchcraft, ranging from healing and protecting to spells, curses, and spirit work. Curanderos are typically seen as community healers, while brujos may be viewed with more ambivalence, sometimes respected, sometimes feared, depending on how their magic is used. In the U.S., it took a different path, becoming more public, especially in cities like Miami, New York, the LA, Cuban, and Puerto Rican communities. They brought the religion north from Mexico and from the Caribbean, where it grew strong enough to challenge laws and win. In 1993, a landmark Supreme Court case protected Santeria's right to exist. Pretty cool. From secrecy to ceremony, Santeria has shaped and been shaped by the Americas. It's a living faith that speaks in drumming, dreams, and devotion to the divine.
And we were at this salsa party. And when I introduced myself, and again, I said my name, Violet, the second time, he looked at me and said, don't ever take away from the name that was given to you.
Right.
Because it's dishonoring your parents and
your
where
heritage.
you come from.
Yeah, totally. That's why I started to call myself Ana Rita, because that's my actual name. It's not particularly Rita isn't my middle name so much as Ana Rita is just like supposed to be the full thing. But nobody could ever pronounce Rita right.
Yes.
Anna Rita. I don't want to be Anna Rita.
Yeah, sounds like Margarita.
Cue the blender.
Yes.
So, Violeta, tell me what is your heritage?
My father was born in Guadalajara, Mexico, and my mother was born in San Salvador, El Salvador.
San Salvador is the energetic heart of El Salvador. Home to over 1 million people, the city sits in a valley beneath the towering San Salvador volcano. The volcano may be quiet now, but its presence still shapes the city's landscape and spirit. The rhythm of daily life is steeped in tradition. Music drifts from the windows, cumbia and merengue setting the tone. But it's the folk dances that really bring the stories to life. Dances like El Carbonero, which is a graceful tribute to rural life, and Los Historiantes, which is a colorful reenactment of colonial battles. They both light up the streets during festivals. The costumes are as bold as the history they represent. And the food, it's the heart of the culture. Pupusas. Think handmade tortillas stuffed with cheese, beans, and chicharrón are everywhere, served hot off the griddle with tangy curtido and a cool glass of horchata made from moro seeds. It's comfort food with deep roots. From volcano views to traditional dances and street food stalls, San Salvador is alive with culture, history, and flavor.
interesting. They both laugh and talk about how they're urban city kids, not from the country.
Oh.
So not that there's any disregard or disrespect towards people that come from, los ranchos, campesinos. Thank you very much. As you can,
the fincas.
As you can hear, that my Spanglish, español,
my englañol,
no es 100%, but I'm encouraged to improve my español. So my parents met in ESL night school.
Oh,
in San Francisco.
Oh, in San Francisco. So you were born and raised in San Francisco?
Born and raised.
You are a unicorn.
I am. Born and raised, born at UCSF Parnassus. Parnassus, down in the Sunset, I believe, district, Upper Haight. If some folks know, for those that are born and raised in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And I was raised in the Outer Excelsior district.
Okay.
So it's the off of Silver Avenue, Silver Terrace, as they call it. And it wasn't the Mission. So it's really, really out towards Silver Avenue, San Bruno.
Is it, are there a lot of Latinos there?
When I was living there, there was a lot of Italian, Greek, Filipino, African-American, Asian. We were a melting pot.
That's awesome.
A real melting pot. Mm-hmm. 3 houses down was the first gay couple. Mm-hmm. And 4 houses up, the first female gay couple. Mm. So it was great.
Yeah, good mix.
Very good mix.
That's awesome. So, but you, I think, told me that you lived in the Mission for a while, or you went to school there?
I went to school in the Mission. Okay. I went to St. Anthony's, right on Army Street, which is now Cesar Chavez.
Oh.
Yeah. But if you're around in the early 70s and 80s, I'm giving my age away, it was Army Street.
Oh, okay.
So I went to St. Anthony's, and then I went to Immaculate Conception Academy, ICA. I went there for 2 years until I realized that I didn't like the nuns. I didn't like religion. I wasn't buying into Catholicism. Mm-hmm. It was all for the birds. And I got kicked out.
You got kicked out?
Because I flipped off the nun.
Of course you did.
And I know I was in the middle of the religion class, and I said, this is bullshit. I'm not buying it.
Good for you. I got sent to the principal's office one time for asking why Judaism is bad.
Oh.
And they were like, Anna, go to the principal's office.
Anna is a rebel.
Yeah, I got in trouble for that. But yeah, how old were you when that happened?
I was 16.
Oh, so it's high school.
Yeah. I was ending sophomore year. Mm-hmm. So then my junior year and senior year, I transferred over to El Camino High School, which is in the peninsula down in South San Francisco. And I knew a few people that were already attending. Mm-hmm. And being that I was in an all-girls school, my first question was, are there boys there?
They're like, look around.
Oh, that was the beginning of a very...
You haven't changed
life.
Much.
No, I have not. No. Because I tend to ask the same question.
You are single, right?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, or gentlemen rather.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
We'll make that clear. No pun intended. You know, my daughter is openly queer. She loves to love with doesn't bat an eye, but her preference is women. And my preference is men.
She's gorgeous.
Thank you.
My God. And so sweet.
Thank you.
Sweet. And she's a dancer, right?
She's a dancer. It's her hobby. It's her therapy, she says.
Yeah. Cheaper than therapy.
Yes. But she is, she graduated from Cal State East Bay, and she's a part of corporate America that helps pay for her hobby, because dancing as an adult is not cheap.
Oh, yeah. It's not.
No, it's not. And, but she loves it. And that's her community. And she's also a Del Carmen. She is Jazmín del Carmen, but everyone calls her Jasmine.
Oh, that's cute. Does she dance jazz?
Or
what is her? She did.
Yeah, she started with ballet at the age of 4. She had her little tutu.
Yeah, so did I.
And every year it progressed, and then she got into a competitive team when she was like 12 or 13. First competition was in Vegas. But anyways.
Did you raise her speaking Spanish? Because, wait, let's back up. When you were growing up, did you speak Spanish in the house, or did you? Yeah. Okay.
En la casa, at home,
nice.
We had to speak in Spanish. And my grandmother lived with us.
Oh, that's good. So you had the history, you had...
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Heavy influence. So I'm bilingual. I speak it, read it, and write it. And I've taken a couple of courses to see if I can become a professional translator.
Yeah.
But Spanish, there's so many dialects.
Oh, my God.
And if you have an ear for it and you listen to el español de cubanos, puertorriqueños, dominicanos, mexicanos, nicaragüenses, salvadoreños, hondureños, guatemaltecos, colombianos, venezolanos, panameños, chilenos, de Uruguay, de Venezuela. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
And also some words have a different definition.
Yeah.
Fregar to Central Americans means to bother, to joder. Fregar in Mexico means to wash dishes.
What the hell?
So imagine my upbringing with, 1 foot in and 1 foot out, hearing my mother's Spanish, hearing my father's Spanish. I feel like I got the best of both worlds.
Nice. Was it confusing, though, with all those different dialects?
No, I picked up quickly.
Yeah.
And all my sisters were born in El Salvador because they were from the first marriage.
Okay.
And then my dad came around, and then the Mexican influence came in. And I used to joke around. Till this day, I tell everyone, depending which soccer team is winning, whether it's El Salvador or Mexico, that's who I am for the day.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I really leverage both a lot. And same with music. I'm grateful that I come from, the roots of having mariachis, especially in el estado de Jalisco, where the mariachis was,
Was it born there?
It was.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I love mariachis, romanticas, but then the Central American side of salsa, cumbias, bachata, and then it kind of spills over to other, merengue, reggaeton, trios. And it's just beautiful, everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. I recently watched a documentary on a competitive mariachi band.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I forgot what it was called.
I think they were from Texas, right?
Yes.
And they were young students, and the teacher would take them.
Yep.
I cried at that documentary.
So good.
It was so sweet.
It was so good. And I forget what it was called. I'll look that up.
Yeah.
Mariachi is more than music. It's the heartbeat of Mexico. With its soaring trumpets, sweeping strings, and proud charro suits, mariachi doesn't just entertain, it tells a story of love, joy, struggle, and resilience, of a people rooted in the countryside, rising in the cities, and carrying a deep, mixed heritage. After the Mexican Revolution, mariachi became more than a regional sound. It became the voice of a nation. The government embraced it, films popularized it, and suddenly, mariachi wasn't just heard, it was felt. It echoed through plazas and parades, weddings and world stages. It became a symbol of identity, pride, and belonging, not just in Mexico, but wherever Mexican hearts beat. And that tradition is still alive and evolving. In the 2023 documentary Going Varsity in Mariachi, directors Alejandra Vasquez and Sam Osborne take us into a world of high school mariachi competitions in Texas, where passion, pride, and pressure collide. The film follows Edinburgh North High School's Mariachi Oro as they chase a state title. In this world, mariachi is just as intense and just as celebrated as Friday Night Football. Because mariachi isn't just something you hear, it's something you live. So, what is been a little bit of a controversy is, do you consider yourself first generation or second generation American?
I am first.
Yeah.
First to be born in this country.
That's how I saw it as,
Yes.
I see myself as first generation.
Yes.
But I was doing a little bit of research on this, and people have been saying, or not people have been saying, you Google it or whatever, and I see two different sides. First generation being like us, parents from the immigrants.
Yeah.
And then I also see that we would be second generation, because first generation are the ones that were born elsewhere and came here and naturalized to be a U.S. citizen, or anywhere really, like the people born. Why can't I spit out my words?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but
luckily, being in a blue state, we could say that. You go to another state, and they'll be like, "Nope,
yeah,
you're not."
No, when I lived in Mississippi, there was a guy who insisted that I was Italian. And I said, no, I'm Dominican. And he didn't know where that was, so I said Caribbean. And he insisted. He said, no, you're Italian.
Interesting.
And I walked away. I was like, you're ignorant.
Exactly. So, how old was this individual? And you didn't take geography and history?
Right.
That's concerning.
Yeah. It was weird. But like you say, it was red state. It was a while ago, but not that long ago.
Yeah.
Not enough to have like a generational gap there.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, first generation. That's how I see it too.
Well, when my sisters came to this country.
Oh, they were born
in El Salvador.
Mexico? Oh, in El Salvador.
And
okay.
They were brought by my grandfather, who served in the first war because they needed more men. So they went to El Salvador and they asked, and he volunteered and signed up, and he was able to get his citizenship because he was in the war. Then he had my mother come with her little ducklings, as she would call them. And they all got their residency. They were educated here. San Francisco State. Go Gators.
I'm a Gator.
Yay! Go Gators. But, when they first came here in the early 60s, everyone thought of them as Mexicans, Chicanas. That's it.
Yeah.
They had no concept, no understanding of Central America, South America, El Caribe.
Yeah. People just, maybe it's this country in particular because Mexico, same continent and everything. But yeah, I get, are you Mexican? No. That was mainly when I was growing up, though, in South Dakota. So now, over on this coast, no Caribbeans, Dominicans.
You have to be very careful.
Yeah.
And because we are a huge melting pot, even more so now, where you have islanders, Asians,
Eastern European,
everything.
It's beautiful to live here in the Bay Area. I always tell people you can't walk, a block without hearing like 3 different languages,
Yeah. And, it's the immediate Bay Area. Sorry, Stockton. But, and I shouldn't be catty like that, but there's certain pockets of California where you think you crossed over to another state.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're clueless.
Yeah. It's very red outside the Bay Area.
It is. And I think that it's a lot of the urban cities like Sacramento.
Modesto.
Well, Sacramento is very, it's a melting pot as well. Oh. Yeah.
I haven't spent much time there.
You have Oakland, San Francisco, you have San Jose, then you have LA, you have San Diego, and you have it all. We have our Pacific Islanders, our Asian, brothers and sisters, as I call them, our soul food. And the way you could tell is by the food. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't care what anyone says. If you have Ethiopian on one block and then you have Cambodian on the next and Indian and
sushi
Mexican,
across the street,
pupusas and sushi. I mean, Laos. I mean, come on.
Yeah. It's great.
It's wonderful.
I love it.
Explains the weight problem.
Yep.
Wake up with
There
what
it
am
is.
I craving today?
There it is. Yeah, but we also have the Latina curves.
Yeah. We do.
Which a lot of guys like. A lot of women love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So do you have any documentation of your family tree or anything, or from either country? Or you just have like oral histories from
oral history. And, my sisters.
Tell me how many.
There's 4 of us, which the eldest passed away from cancer 7 years ago. And she used to tell all of us, educate yourself. That's the key to freedom. Because no one can take away your thought. It's that divinity of will. It's, you can see it and hear it and they put it on the media. But as long as you educate yourself, you can really have that discernment to make a choice of how to think for yourself. That is freedom.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
tell my daughter that all the time. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Ask questions. And I know that culturally, we were taught you never ask.
Right.
It's to be disobedient. It's to be disrespectful, especially to our grandparents. We're talking, my grandparents would have been 100 and maybe 40 by now. My mother, she would have been 92 this past birthday. So that generation, it's kind of like heads down. Kids are to be seen, not to be heard.
Right. Stay where I can see you.
Stay where I can see you. Learn your manners.
Yeah. Oh, get the stink eye if you even act out a little bit.
From across the room, the arrows, the chancla was coming. The minute you get in the car, if there's a car, and if you're sitting next to them, you're getting pinched underneath the table,
Yeah. But, not like today where kids can just run rampant in restaurants and.
Oh no, we're talking the extreme now. There has to be a healthy balance in the middle, but I tell my daughter, ask questions, be vocal, use your voice. Yeah, and I feel that this idea of oppression, and we're seeing it literally. Yeah, within the past 2 weeks, people are learning to speak up fearlessly. That's awesome. And in full regard, being mindful and not hurtful and just not spewing out, horrible, disgusting things. Right. Because it's the intent behind it. Words are very sharp. Yeah. And they stick. They do stick. So, if you want to leave an impression, if you want to really feel a connection with humans, it can be really simple.
Yeah, it's very simple. And which is sort of why I started this podcast, because I've always been interested in people's cultural heritage and all the stories. And I love travel, and you do too. Yes. But yeah, asking questions, it's my favorite thing. I'd rather hear about other people than myself because, I'm so interested.
Yeah. So to your question, I don't document. It would probably be really therapeutic for me to start journaling and writing down the memoirs. But my sisters, so my eldest sister had a lot of photos, passed them down. And Elizabeth was the first, Cecilia's the second, Gloria's the third, Lorena's the fourth, and I'm the last one. Cecilia literally has like an office of file cabinets of newspaper articles, the wars, the Reaganomic times, the war with Fidel Castro. She has a lot of documents in history, and she's a historian. Nice. And she'll say that, and she's all about the community. Gloria doesn't really keep anything because she doesn't like clutter. Yeah. Which I fall into that category. Less is more. Yeah. Lorena is a historian. She loves photos. She loves to write. She has a book of my mother's recipes. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I try to collect those too. That is part of the oral history. Yeah. That is certainly part of the Latina history. Right.
And you like to cook too.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And, I just signed up for a class on creative writing.
Nice.
And I thought to myself, I don't have a creative bone in my body. I mean,
bullshit.
But I look around in my house and I know I like to collect and put certain things together, but it's my cooking.
Yes.
And since my
and
mother,
you're a good cook.
Thank you. And since my mother's gone and my sister's gone and my abuelita's gone, I have an altar behind my sink. And every morning I say good morning to them. It's another tradition that I forgot to mention about that. I keep them close to heart. So I don't grieve like most people do because I'm always talking to them. I mean, you would think I was a crazy person on the street. I'll talk shit. I'll be like, look, lady, you know what? I'm going down the rabbit hole. I'm having some really crazy thoughts. You need to help me out, guide me. Because I feel my mother and my sister's presence constantly.
Yeah.
And it just helps me.
Yeah.
It helps me remember them. And I don't feel that sorrow of emptiness.
Right.
Because I have my characteristics. My dad's like, oh my goodness, you're just like your mother. I'm like, fuck yeah, I am.
Fuck
Shit.
yeah.
I wouldn't want it any other way.
Right.
Fuck around and find out. That's what I tell people. I think my mother learned that very early on, but never had a term for it.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
No me jodas.
Yeah. Exactly.
So do you celebrate Dia de los Muertos?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes,
Yeah.
I do. I didn't. Early as a child, it wasn't celebrated for us.
Oh.
And, some people say, oh, it's because of the movie Coco. And you know what? Thank goodness for the movie Coco.
Yeah.
Because it's a reminder. And it's really about, like I said earlier, how do you want to be remembered? How do we remember our ancestors? What's their story? They didn't have the opportunity to speak.
Right.
They didn't use their voice. And it just becomes this old dusty photo album, or if we can even remember. But I celebrate it.
You've seen the sugar skulls, the face paint, the marigolds, but what does Dia de los Muertos truly mean? Well, this is Tradition Café, and we're honoring a sacred and joyful tradition. Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a vibrant Mexican tradition that honors the lives of loved ones who have passed away. It's not a day of mourning, but a joyful celebration of memory and connection. Families create ofrendas, or altars, decorated with marigolds, candles, photos, and the favorite foods of the departed. These offerings are meant to welcome spirits back for a brief visit, reminding everyone that death is not the end, but a natural part of life's cycle. The tradition reflects a deep belief that our ancestors live on through memory, story, and ritual, and that love is stronger than death. It's not Halloween. That's a common misconception. This isn't about fear or costumes. It's about love, remembrance, and spiritual connection. Unfortunately, in the U.S., this tradition is often misrepresented, especially when calavera face paint or Day of the Dead costumes are worn for Halloween. For many, that crosses a line. It feels like cultural appropriation, not appreciation. Imagine someone turning your grandma's memorial into a party outfit. It's not just inaccurate, it's deeply disrespectful. Dia de los Muertos is not a costume. It's a living tradition passed down through generations, rooted in both indigenous and Catholic beliefs. It deserves reverence, not novelty. So the next time you see a candlelit altar or a sugar skull, remember, it's not about death. It's about never forgetting those who gave us life.
And then I celebrate it not just for my ancestors, but for all spirits.
Right.
So I created this weird habit.
Love it. Here we go.
That when I travel, when I was in Japan, I was obsessed with going to the cemetery.
I love cemeteries.
I love
cemeteries.
Them.
It's just so filled with stories.
Well, it's also to see how their cultures, what their cemeteries look like.
Right.
Whether they're above ground,
Right.
Whether they're all stone, whether they're stacked up together,
Mm-hmm.
or whether they have this beautiful green grassy plot like where my mother is at in
Mm-hmm.
Colma.
Mm-hmm.
Different countries. And some people get really eerie depending on your belief system.
Uh-huh.
They feel like, you can open up a portal and there's spirits lingering around. I always ask permission.
Yeah.
When I'm walking into a cemetery, I greet all spirits because you can see the ones that have been forgotten.
Yeah.
The grass or the dirt.
Oh, I know.
You can't see their names anymore. They're dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just walk through the rows.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in Kona and when I was in Maui, we went to one of the oldest cemeteries when we were in Maui.
Nice.
And one of the cemeteries, the tombstones, was stamped from 1489.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like
all a
dirt.
kilter and
Yeah, it was just like a mountain of dirt.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And they had this tiny
They have a name on there? Just a marker?
They had a marker with the number and the year.
Okay.
And I go down and I touch. And, at the time, my ex he would sit in the car and just watch me.
Boo.
Yeah, I'm sure he was freaked out. And he probably thought, this witch that I'm dating.
Love it.
And it just fills my heart because I can only imagine their stories, good or bad. Everyone has a story.
Yeah. Do you identify as a witch?
I do. And, witch has
that.
a negative connotation. Bruja. But,
Bruja. Yeah.
Yeah. But, curandera, bruja, mystic, whatever. It's just your spirit is in tuned outside of what supposedly the norm is, what we've been conditioned to believe. There's more than to us here in this body. In this
meat
bag.
suit.
Yeah, meat suit. Thank you very much. Do I believe in aliens? I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I'm not there yet.
Yeah. Let me stick to my spirits in the spirit realm. And I'm very, in awe of Mother Nature. I love thunder. I love lightning.
Me too.
And I have to be sensitive because I know people have had trauma behind tornadoes and windstorms and earthquakes. I love a good earthquake.
Yeah, I know.
Like if it were to rattle right now, ooh. Yes, I love it. I know. I'm one of those people that fear factor.
Oh yeah, I've never watched that. I'm too afraid. No.
Meaning
the fear.
Meaning like me, like it does spark my nervous system a little bit, but it's reminding me that there's something bigger than me.
Yeah.
So it humbles me again.
Yeah.
And
it jolts you both into reality and also,
Yep.
Into the energies and the spirit world and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So you like to visit cemeteries. Do you go to cemeteries when you go to Mexico?
I do.
Yeah.
I go to El Panteón.
Okay.
And we actually, for Dia de los Muertos, 2 years ago, I went with my father. We went to one at night and they had a night tour.
Oh.
And we walked through the cemetery at night.
That's great.
And it's enclosed with high walls, so it doesn't get vandalized. And they built a hospital right outside of it. It's in Guadalajara. Please don't ask me the name of the borough or the neighborhood. But my father grew up there.
Okay.
Like right down the street.
Is that traditional or cultural that you visit cemeteries, or do people think you're crazy there too?
No, it's become people have remembered.
Yeah,
to go
they're
back
honoring.
And they're honoring.
Yeah,
they take food, they drop candles. Some people sit and play music. So now every year I've made it a point, and it's not just for Dia de los Muertos. I go there for my mother's birthday, for her angelversary. as I saw someone write
Heavenly birthday?
Heavenly birthday or angelversary. And I thought, oh, I like that.
Is that like the celebration of the day of the death?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they passed.
Yeah.
When they got their wings.
Yeah.
When
they crossed over.
Yeah. And my girlfriend, my soul sister, I call her. She's my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
She lost her husband 13 years ago.
Mm.
And she would go visit him and I'd go visit my mom. And I told her, listen, here in this country, everyone goes and they, for the football games, they sit around and they have the tailgating.
Okay.
Well, why don't we bring that concept to the cemetery?
Right.
So we bring our little chairs, our little table. We'll order food. We'll bring our food there. We got our radio. If it's cold, we bring a blanket. If it's raining, we have a tarp. Mm-hmm. And we just hang out for hours.
And your mother is buried in Colma?
Colma.
Okay. Where's your sister buried?
My sister was cremated and her ashes were spilt underneath the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, wow.
So she's all over the ocean. So every time I go to the beach, she's there.
I love that.
Doesn't matter what continent.
Nope.
She's there. And she wanted to be cremated.
Nice. Yeah, my father was cremated as well. We have a family tomb, and so he's in there. So do you have family? Do you have a lot of family? Is most of your extended family in Mexico and El Salvador?
Excuse me. I have very little family left in El Salvador. My mom's sister is still there, and she's of age, late 80s.
Okay.
Do
you ever go there?
I went there once as a child.
One time. Okay.
I went there in 1981. Not a good time to go.
No.
I saw some traumatizing.
Oh, did you?
Things, yeah.
Oh, no.
It's changed dramatically, and it's now become a new destination. The economy's changing. The president changed. There's just a lot of change, and people are saying it's really beautiful. I tend to go to Mexico every year.
Nice.
I have family at the border in Mexicali. I have family in Jalisco. I have family in Cancun. I have family in Mérida. So just sprinkled all along the way. Baja, well, not really in Baja, maybe. And a lot in East LA, of course.
Anybody in Mexico City? I want to go there so bad.
No one in Mexico City. But if you want to go, it's a must. It's literally the Big Apple beautiful. Of Mexico.
Yeah, I see pictures and I'm just so
urban,
drawn to that.
Metropolis.
Gorgeous.
Everything you need.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we talked about English or Spanish in the home, but was your school bilingual? Or was it?
No, the school was not bilingual. Yeah. So what I can remember from early on is that my mother would say, you have to speak Spanish only in the household. Because the minute you leave these doors, or we're talking the 70s. I'm a 1970 born child. So to speak another language besides English was frowned upon, unfortunately.
Even here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So we kept Spanish indoors, but with the years, as the years progressed, and of course, I was in an environment where the majority of us, being in the mission, we all came from ESL backgrounds. So we would speak Spanish to each other. And then when we would visit each other's homes, on play dates, the parents spoke in Spanish and we understood them. And then growing up in high school, and then it became that whole of like, the less and less you spoke Spanish, more predominant the English became.
Yeah.
And then I was losing a lot of my Spanish. So by the time I had Jasmine at home, we only spoke, in English.
Yeah.
But my parents took care of her.
Oh, yeah.
So again, her influence. And then she went to a bilingual English and Spanish Montessori daycare.
Oh, that's great.
So she had
she
the
picked it up.
foundation of Spanish. She does need to practice. And if she hears this, she's going to be like, yeah, okay, Mom.
Ooh, girl, she gonna hear it.
But, it's the concept of keeping intact something that's so precious.
Yeah.
Everything is watered down nowadays.
Yeah.
Our water, our food, our clothes, nothing is organic.
Nope.
So we have to keep the culture and our language organic. And I am speaking for myself as well.
Right.
I went through a phase where I wanted to have straight hair.
Yeah.
My indigenous nose, which I still struggle a little bit with.
Really? I love your nose.
And all the Middle Easterns, when I was growing up, everyone thought I was, Persian.
Yeah. I used to get Turkish
Arabic.
a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I'm embracing it,
Do you have a lot of indigenous blood? Can you trace it back?
I did 23andMe.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I'm 48%.
Nice.
Sprinkled of, of course, a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But very strong.
Yeah, I'll have to look into near Jalisco if it's like Mayan territory, Aztec territory. I don't know much about that, and that's a shame. They don't teach that shit.
No, they don't.
It's just like, I grew up in the Midwest, and they didn't teach us crap about any of the Native American nations.
That's unfortunate.
It's so unfortunate.
And
I mean, I was in the heart of it.
And I feel like it's going to be a specialty.
Yeah. What do you mean?
In order to learn that history, I have to be careful with the words that I put out into the universe, because I feel that, so much is changing that it's almost like behind closed doors if you want to learn about something.
You mean in
regards
to climate today?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yuck.
It's a lot of changes taking place, and we're going to be, I may be wrong, and I do not know anything about politics except for where I stand, but there's so much focus on other areas that they're going to start stripping away funding and what can be taught in school, what's going to be allowed.
Oh yeah, no, anything that gained any kind of traction, learning about, Native American history and everything, that's probably going to be rolled back into the, 1920s.
So there has to be, we have to look at the concept of being homeschooled.
Yeah.
And going to these community events and supporting smaller communities, nonprofits.
That's going to be a lot easier in metropolitan areas.
Yes.
And on the West Coast, East Coast, the West Coast, I mean, we're like Baja Canada.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love learning about the ancestors of every walk of life, every nationality,
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that you go to cemeteries, because I love cemeteries.
Yeah.
Love it.
My bucket list is to go to the, and please help me with this one, the Gathering of the Nations. I think they have it in New Mexico, where all the tribes come.
Oh, God, yeah.
Once a year, and it's like a 3-day event.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it's in Arizona or New Mexico,
Yeah,
but
I know. That sounds fascinating.
And it's not to be commercialized, but you're supposed to be invited. Especially if you go to a powwow, depending on the tribe, you're supposed to be personally invited by someone. You just don't just show up.
Yeah, like a Sundance.
Yes, and no photos, no drinking. We respect the regalia. You don't show up mimicking and ordering it on Amazon or Temu.
Temu.
Come on, people, and I go down the rabbit hole on that one.
I do too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Temu.
So, so it's respecting, but it's awareness too.
Yeah.
You know, it's awareness. I mean, I'm sure I dressed up like an Indian back in 1977.
Oh my God. In the 70s? Yes, I have pictures of it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so ugly.
Yeah.
But it was the thing back then, you know?
Yeah, it was a thing to stick a feather in your hair. And why not?
So bad.
Right?
So
but I'm
bad.
like, well, I wear braids all the time anyways. And trust me, it's to make sure that I don't get piojos when I go traveling to Mexico. We all had our braids. Trust me. We got to keep these curls intact.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what kind of traditions did your family celebrate that you carried on to your daughter when you were raising her? Anything unique to your family? Anything very traditional, old world? Customs, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if we have really rigid like traditions. But if it's more about, you know, being house trained.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk into the house, you acknowledge every single person in that household.
Mm-hmm.
You know, buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches, peck on the cheek.
Yep.
You know, you shake hand and you shake firmly. None of these little slimy little fishy handshakes, you know.
I hate the ones that where they like guys will or many people will like catch your hand just on the fingers. It's like, ew, yuck.
Yeah. I'm sorry if the microphone's too close to my growling stomach. Please forgive me, but I did not eat this morning. So, you know, that is always, you know, I asked Jasmine, did you say hi to Tia? Did you say hi to Grandpa? The little ones, my little bitty babies, my great nephew and niece.
You have a great nephew and niece?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. My sister's grandkids. And I treat them like they're my grandbabies.
Yeah.
And because of close proximity, we live in the same neighborhood and I'm on their emergency contact. If something happens, Tia's going to go pick them up. And every time
it's very cultural though.
Oh,
it's very Latino.
That is something that's a tradition, is that we stick together. And my mother used to say, I have 5 daughters. They're like the fingers on my hand. Every single finger is different and has its own purpose. But when you put those fingers together, it makes a strong fist. Feast. Yeah. Yep.
That's a great way to say it.
Yeah. And, I love that. You know, luckily I wasn't the middle one. I was not the middle finger.
Were you the opposable
sister.
Thumb?
I was the little the pinky. Yes. But that is really close to heart for us. You don't go to someone's house and ask for food or water.
They're going to offer it anyway.
That part.
Yep.
That part. So when people come over, the first thing I ask is, you know, do you want something to drink? You know, did you eat? I don't care if I just have beans. I will whoop up those beans and make them 3-4 different ways. Yeah. You know, we always have tortillas. We always have food. Always. Yep. There is no such thing as scarcity because my parents came from scarcity.
Right.
And, you know, communicate. When you talk to someone, look at them in the eyes. You know, we're in this culture of the phone.
Yeah.
And you see it everywhere nowadays. And I have to be careful with my posture. I'm hyper aware of my posture. I don't want to get the phone hump.
The phone hump. It's so true. Oh,
because our necks are down. We're going to end up with that hump on the back of our neck.
Yep.
And it's when you're talking to someone, look at them. Engage.
Right. Put the phone down.
Put the phone down. Keep that in the purse. You know, and I have friends that it's glued to their palm of their hand.
Yep.
Whether they say it's for work or their parents, which I call bullshit. But anyways, where was it back in 90? We didn't have it. We might have had pagers, you know.
Pagers, yep.
Yeah, you know. But
that was for the drug dealers.
Yeah. My code was 111. To the listener out there, you may know what that code was. Anyways, so those are
That's
A little digressing there, but yeah. So I teach. I've taught my daughter Jasmine that, and I see now that
You taught her 111.
Oh God, no, no. I taught her, how to welcome people, how to make them feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And people feel that there's an energy, feeling safe.
Yeah.
And she lives on her own, so she always has food at the house. I don't care if it's the 2 last eggs.
Right.
Whoop them up, fancy them up.
Mm-hmm.
And just speaking to people, engaging with them. One thing that I love the most about when I'm traveling through Mexico is you can walk past a complete stranger and they will acknowledge and say, "Buenos dias, buenas tardes."
Mm-hmm.
And my heart skips a beat for that because I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Going to the mercado, just going down to get your drinking water or the fresh tortillas or bread, depending where you're traveling to.
And end up in a conversation with a complete stranger. It's great. I love it.
Yeah. Con permiso, excuse me. Or giving the elders the right of way to walk on the sidewalk. Because for obvious reasons, our sidewalks are very either high.
Yeah.
And very narrow.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's
how it is in the Dominican Republic too.
And some people may or may not know this, but the reason why the sidewalks are high is because of the tropical rainstorms. Mm-hmm. There's the runoffs and they don't have a sewage system like we do.
Right.
So
it's all going to back up.
So the water rises.
Mm-hmm.
So you let your elders go by.
Mm-hmm.
A mother with her children.
Mm-hmm.
It's common sense that it's not common anymore.
Yeah, I agree. In Santo Domingo, when my father was still mobile, able to walk around, he had, he walked with a cane or just really slow hanging on to us. That's another thing that I love, is walking with your elders, like letting them hang on to you, holding their hand, But we went to the supermarket and it was like the parting of the seas. My dad was 90,
Yes.
He passed away at 92. So at the time he was probably like 89 or 90. And, he was pretty unsteady on his feet, but it was literally like the parting of the seas.
Mm-hmm.
And, they would let him go first to things. And it's just a level of respect that just isn't here. Unless you're, I don't know, you tell me. I grew up in South Dakota, so it was very different there. Did you find that here, like in the mission when you were in school there?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Of course, because we are amongst our own.
Right.
Right. And not even that, but even with, there was a heavy centric Filipino culture that intermixed with Latinos in the mission. Elder is elder. I don't care what color you are.
Right.
Riding on the Muni in the city in the bus.
Yeah.
You never sat in the front. Those seats are to remain empty for our senior citizens.
And stand up if there's nowhere else for, I watch people just sit there and, and there's an elderly person hanging onto that bar or something. And would you get your ass up?
It's disgusting, this entitled mentality. And I don't know where they were raised. They must have been raised by a pack of wolves or something. Right. I don't know.
Well, hell, wolves have good respect for their elders.
Exactly. But, it comes to the upbringing or this idea of, entitlement or just not giving a shit, you know? And it says a lot about a person.
It does.
My girlfriend and I were just talking about chivalry.
Oh, God.
It is far and few. It's literally like finding a needle in a haystack.
Is it? Yeah, I'm not in the dating world right now. I have a boyfriend who's pretty damn chivalrous.
And if there is chivalry, I feel like it's the beginning stages.
Yeah.
Once they get the hook in, that all goes out the door.
Right.
Yeah.
You could carry your own damn bag.
Yeah. But
yeah, you got to find the right guy. Do you want to date a Latino or it doesn't matter?
I say that I do,
Mm-hmm.
but because of my track record, I don't know if I want to. Let me take that back.
It would depend. I mean, on the person.
I don't think I want to date anyone from California anymore.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
I just
That's
feel like,
interesting.
again, it's that mindset.
The entitlement?
Unhealed, and dumping baggage.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, if you're out there and you may be a special soul, it has to be someone that's gonna be the mirror of me.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I love my culture. The person that I fall in love with next, music is my love language.
Yes.
You need to love music. Bachata, cumbias, merengue. Bachata. I mean, let's get down on the dance floor in the middle of the living room and in the kitchen.
Love it.
And,
yeah, what is it about the kitchen dancing? I fucking love the kitchen dancing.
I don't know, but grab a broom, grab a mop, the vacuum cleaner, whatever you use, your Swiffer. And when you're little, I don't know if you remember, but as an infant, you carry your infant and you got the music and you're dancing with the baby. And we've all grew up with that.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember so well, Saturday morning, you hear the music.
Yeah.
It was time to clean. No one sleeps in on a Saturday morning.
Yeah. And
let me tell you, that music was blasting. But guess what? Every other house was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So it wasn't awkward. The neighbors had mariachis, and the ones across the street had their oldies on. And we had the salsa, Rubén Blades, Willie Colon.
Willie Colon.
You name it, right? Celia Cruz. I mean, the next person has to love music. Yeah. I love reggae too. Don't get me wrong.
I love reggae.
I love me some reggae.
I
love hip
island
hop.
girl.
I love it all.
Yeah,
I love it all. I'm
not a hip hop girl.
Actually, I'm not a country girl, and I don't do hard rock. It's a little too much for me.
Punk,
but lately, I used to do punk. B-52 girl right here, Joan Jets. The Cars. The new wave.
The Cars. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I love new wave.
Yeah, I love new wave too. I tell everyone, remember, during my obituary, when when I'm dead, and you guys all come and visit me and to my viewing, my theme song is from the Police. Every little thing she does is magic.
Oh my God, the Police is my favorite band of all time.
That's my song.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh God, mine is Every Breath You Take.
And my daughter knows
that song.
Every little thing she does is magic. I swear I'm magical.
Bruja.
Yes, bruja.
Brujeria.
I actually, during an offsite with my VP, we all had to give a song. That was my song.
Brujeria, or Every Little Thing She Does is Magic?
Every little thing she does is magic.
I love it. Was that a recent offsite? We're not
No,
for the company that shall go unnamed. That
was like 7 years ago. He's no longer. He retired.
Oh yes.
But
you guys were good together.
Yeah, we were good together. He looked at me like, a good song.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite things about working with you, is that every once in a while I would hear some really crazy Spanglish shit come over the cubicle. It was so great. Or somebody would do something stupid and you would.
Sometimes I'd forget I was in the office, and I'd throw my puteadas, as they say in Salvador in Spanish. Yeah.
What's that?
Puteadas?
Yeah.
My F-bombs.
Oh.
My Spanish F-bombs. Chinga su madre, cabrón, esta puta. God for... I would just go on and on and on. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to use my inside voice.
Coño. Coñazo.
Yeah. So, in regards to tradition and customs...
Food,
music, having pride and love for who I am, and never dismissing. I would never say I'm something else but Latina. Even more so, the older I get, the more and more I notice that I'm speaking more Spanish.
Nice. I love that.
And I'm talking about like in the middle of public places,
Yeah.
you know. And it's to an advantage, believe it or not. It's like a secret language for a lot of people that are Latinos, but not raised speaking.
Me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that military Morse code, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, we could communicate just by with the looks, with the eyes, and the
lips.
The lips. Oh my goodness!
The pointing with the pucker lips.
There's a meme for that on our phone. It's the little pucker. You know what this means if I put it in the text.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, if you're listening and you don't know what that is, Google pointing lips Latino or something like that.
Yeah. What does it mean when Latino...
And it can mean so many things.
Oh,
like over there, her, what's wrong? Get me that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
I love it too. I love it. And this is why I need my quarterly dosage of going, you know, if I could go to Mexico or Latin America every quarter, because I feel like it's my vitamin. I need a good jolt. I need a good injection, you know.
Yeah. Do you ever want to live there? I know that you said, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to retire there?
Oh, yes, I do. Nice. I already have my vision.
Do you have a plan?
I have a vision board. I have a plan.
Nice.
I was actually during my team meeting yesterday at work. We went around the table and we talked about what the 5-year plan is.
Oh.
And I, with bells and whistles, said, I'm not going to be here in 5 years because I'm going to be retired.
Good for you.
And everyone's face literally fell.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why?
They didn't, well, they look at my face and they don't realize that I'm 55.
Right. Yeah.
And they look at me and they're like,
You're going to retire at 35?
How do you do that?
I didn't know that. Oh my God.
OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding.
You're selling farts in a jar.
that one right there. That one. Yeah.
Oh, good God.
But yeah, I you know, every time I go to Mexico, I go to an open house.
Really?
Yeah. My bestie is a real estate agent. So we'll look up and see where they have an open house and we'll just go. Because it's the momentum, right?
Yes.
It's part of that, you know,
putting it in the universe.
Law of attraction, putting it in the universe and practicing.
Nice.
And dreaming. So
I love that.
I have my vision board. I watch podcasts on YouTube and I watch and listen to a lot of expats. I'm listening to what's going on with the politics, with the new president, Claudia, the laws for those that want to become citizen, which I'm working on getting my dual citizenship.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
is that a big hassle there?
No, not at all.
Probably not, because I mean, you're
just takes money.
Yeah.
And time.
And connections maybe to get fast.
You
get it faster.
You just gotta find out who's the good attorney that can do that. And you know
if shit goes south here,
you know where to find me.
Yep. I'm working on my Spanish citizenship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have Dominican.
Okay.
But I can get Spanish too, because they relax the laws in Spain. And so if you have grandparents from there, it used to be just parents, but now it can go back to grandparents or great-grandparents. Wow. And so I am so gunning for that paperwork.
Yes.
My mom is working on hers because her grandfather was from there. So I'm like the last cutoff. My great-grandfather was from there. So I can get Spanish citizenship. And it's like, holy shit, EU citizenship. I can live anywhere there.
Yeah. And, people talk about freedom. People come to this country for freedom.
TikTok,
you might want to rethink that.
Right. Yeah.
So I am working on that. And my nephew, born and raised in San Francisco and lived in Oakland and just uprooted and got the hell out of here.
Really?
And the pandemic hit. And I believe he was in Bali.
He went to Bali?
He was in Bali he got married in Bali with his wife. they flew there to get married. And I might be wrong if Luis, if you're listening to this, is it Thailand or Bali?
Is he the one in the salsa band?
Yes.
Tell everybody the name of the salsa band.
The name of the salsa band is Vibrazon.
Vibrazon?
Yeah, but he only comes and is a filler now because he resides in Guadalajara.
Oh, right. Okay.
So they were traveling when they got married, and they spent their honeymoon in Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm.
And the pandemic hit. No, they were traveling from Costa Rica, and accidentally his current wife, his wife at the time, they were newlyweds, she booked the flight by mistake, and they had a layover in Guadalajara, Mexico. Mm-hmm. And somewhere along the line, there was a little mix-up, and they were there for a few days, and they had an Airbnb, and then the pandemic hit.
Oh.
And so her mother, my nephew's mother-in-law, said, you don't want to come to the United States. Everything is shut down, and it's getting really crazy out here.
It wasn't that bad in Mexico?
I think it was going in waves.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the pandemic hit, and they, of course, the whole world was shut down.
Right.
They extended their lease.
Mm-hmm. And then just decided to stay?
They got their residency.
Nice.
And they decided to stay. They built their own community. He has his own recording studio. She is an artist. She paints. And now that, pandemic's over, life is back to normal. Mm-hmm. They love Guadalajara. They love Mexico, and they love the people, and they're thriving.
Yeah. The cost of living.
Oh, that in itself.
Ridiculous.
So he's like, hey, man, you got to hurry up.
Yeah.
And this was like 2 years ago when he told me that. Hurry up. Get over here. So I have my 5-year plan.
That means I have to come up with my 5-year plan because Violeta is my work bestie. And if she leaves, I'm not fucking staying. Nope. Who's going to send me work memes?
Exactly. That's all we do.
That's all we do. Back and forth all day long.
All day long.
During meetings.
Yes. Saying, what the fuck?
Did she just say?
Mm-hmm. But ideally, because obviously I have my life is here, my child is here, my siblings and my nephews and nieces, my world is here, my dad. Mm-hmm. But my dad goes to Nicaragua. He goes to El Salvador. That guy has a traveling bug. Yeah.
Oh, wonder where you got it then.
Yeah. And, the joke is, is he a mule? What's going on here? Because that guy's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He's living his best life, as you should when you retire. Mm-hmm. This whole concept of working, from the minute you get out of college, you work, mm-hmm. and then they want to extend it out until you're 65, 70, 75. Mm-hmm. You're lucky if your body can sustain.
Right.
If you're healthy mm-hmm. and mentally intact. Mm-hmm. He's a solo traveler. My dad goes everywhere, and that's what keeps him sharp, and that's what keeps him going.
And that's what I love about our culture also, is that you take care of your elders.
Yes.
They don't go to nursing homes.
No.
And you don't have to work until you drop.
No.
That's not a life.
No.
And it's not the focus. Focus is family.
Yes. And in many, many cultures, mm-hmm. it's the American culture mm-hmm. that doesn't understand that concept.
Yeah, I don't.
And I tell myself, who made up these rules?
Right.
Seriously, let's, who created those boundaries?
Apparently the American dream is to work yourself into the grave.
Nope.
No way.
Because you're working for someone else.
Right.
And so I would, people say, 60, oh my God, your Social Security is going to be small. But that's okay.
That's okay.
If
you're living in Mexico,
my wants and my needs are very different than everyone else's.
Yeah.
I need to wake up in front of a beach every day. That's mental health right there.
Right.
I need to walk amongst my own people and speak the language and eat healthy food and mm-hmm. and just sit in front of a cafe and just people watch.
Right. Oh God.
And listen to music. and hear the kids laugh and giggle. And how can I help? How can I assist? Knowing what I know, what I learned from here, and take it with me.
Do you find that the food there is healthier?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because, everybody knows, quote unquote, Mexican food here. And I'm not talking about the Bay Area. I'm talking about the rest of the United States. Taco Bell, even just, the Americanized versions of Mexican food. But there, tell me about it a little bit. How is it different? What is the stereotype here that is just not right?
First and foremost,
ingredients or
they don't have microwaves over there.
Yeah.
And everything is stovetop. Everything is out in the open. I mean, times have changed.
Right.
Yeah, they have, there's microwaves, but if there is something that you can cook on the stovetop, make it.
Right.
Take the time. Go to the mercado, go to the store, pick your produce, smell the cilantro, smell the mint.
Yum.
And then that's an opportunity to engage with the lady at the market that's selling the produce. Go to the butcher, have them cut, the meat for you exactly the way you want it. Yeah. The carbon footprint is less. You don't have all this plastic containers and wraps and cellophane. And it's like, man.
Because everything's fresher.
Everything is fresh. Everything takes time. And that's where that creativity comes in.
Yeah.
And for some people, like gardening is a form of meditation. Cooking is a form of meditation.
Yeah, it is. Oh God, you're such a good cook. When we actually went to the office, we both work from home now, but when we were in the office before COVID, actually before I moved to Portland,
yes,
you would show up with just this like magical thing. It was that soup with the meatballs in it.
Oh my God. Albóndigas.
Oh my God. That was so good. And I kept bugging you to bring it back.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I failed on that one. I should have brought you some. I should have made some last night and brought it, but I'll come back.
There'll be another time.
Absolutely.
Yep,
and everyone makes it different, and because I was raised heavily influenced by my mother, who was from El Salvador. She's now in a better, realm. She would switch it up a little bit, and she didn't eat chile. It's too spicy. So we really didn't have a heavy influence of chile.
Okay.
But she used it when necessary. She learned how to make pozole. She learned how to make menudo. She learned how to make sopa de albóndigas. But her rice was never the Mexican rice. It was the Salvadorian rice. Our beans were the Salvadorian beans, black beans.
Okay.
She liked pinto beans.
Yeah.
But we didn't do a lot of frito, refried beans. No. Okay. We made a lot of casamiento. In Nicaragua, they call it gallo pinto, which is the rice and the beans mixed together and fried.
What is this magical thing?
And we would make plátanos fritos. And I know some countries make tostones, like in Puerto Rico or the Caribbean. Nicaragua, it's maduro.
I love maduro. That's actually my favorite way because they're a little bit caramelized.
Well, that's how we make them. And we call them fritos.
Oh, okay.
Our sour cream in El Salvador is salty. We add more salt to the sour cream.
Nice.
Because there's certain, it just opens up the palate. I can't explain it unless you go to a Salvadoran restaurant.
What is your favorite, do you have a favorite Mexican or El Salvadoran restaurant here in the Bay Area? Maybe people can visit that.
I don't have a favorite Salvadoran restaurants because, believe it or not, there's so many good places. But it's a really delicate way of making a pupusa. And if you don't know how to make a pupusa right, that's it. You're off the list.
You're out of the will.
And I will never go to your restaurant ever again.
Oh.
Because that's my go-to.
Yeah.
But for pupusas, I've been to this restaurant called Balompié in the city. They have a few different ones. They have one on, I want to say 18th and Cap, and then one on Richland and Mission Street.
Okay.
The go-to when I was growing up was La Santa Neca.
Still there?
I believe it's still there. See, I don't live in San Francisco
Yeah.
anymore. It's been 26 years since
Yeah.
I moved out. So I venture off more into the East Bay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a place in Hayward. Oh my goodness gracious. And for the life of me, I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but it's a Salvadorian restaurant. They have pupusas. They have these things called pupusa bombs.
What?
And they put birria meat inside. Birria meat is Mexican. Birria with the juice.
Okay.
And they stuff the pupusa, and instead of it being flat and round, it's a ball.
Shut up. Shut up. My God, I'm so hungry.
I
My
know.
stomach is growling too.
Yeah. So, I'll have to give you the name of that location when I go through my my saved bookmarks.
Do it.
I'm a big Yelper, by the way, so I have everything on my Yelp.
Nice.
And then for Mexican food, you know, it's the little hole in the walls.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. I have a hard time with this new age fusion.
Oh God, me too.
You know, with
no, purist.
with the walls and the furniture from Pottery Barn or West Elm, and you know,
no, give me a linoleum booth.
And I'm just like, you know, I want to see the red painted walls and the, you know, linoleum, you know, squeaky chair in the booth. I want to see
Abuela in the corner.
Yes, I want to see someone making tortillas back there, you know, but anywhere in the Mission.
Yeah.
Anywhere on 24th and Mission is
El
good.
Faro.
El Faro. El Farolito.
El Faro
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there's just so many. I can't even think of them on the top of the list. But again, you know, if you want to take Bart, get off on 24th and Mission, walk down 24th. Coffee's good, you know, pan dulce is good, you know, and then you got, you know, tamales de Honduras, tamales de Guatemala, and then you got naca tamales, and then you got your Mexican. It's a melting pot of food down there.
Yeah, and while you're there, you can also get your quinceañera dress.
Absolutely, and get your watch fixed, and go to a bookstore, and then go to the record store, you know.
Did you have a quinceañera?
I did.
Oh, really?
But it was a garage party.
It's fine.
Yeah. I didn't get a big traditional quinceañera because my grades were really bad. So my parents were like,
boy crazy.
Yeah. They were like, nope. You're not getting a big. But we did have a house party, and it was packed to the gills.
Oh, I mean, fun.
Yeah. Yeah. We had
I can't
DJ.
imagine you having a party that wasn't packed to the gills.
I had a mullet. Scary. And it was the beginning of...
You had a mullet?
Yeah. And then Madonna had just came out with the...
Papa Don't Preach?
No. It was before that. It was like her very first song.
Not Borderline, but...
No. Everybody, come on, dance with me. Everybody. That one. And she had the lace cut off, fingerless gloves.
And those rubber bracelets. And I had it all. Rhinestones.
I had it all. So my dress, I don't know what the hell I was wearing, but it was like a 30s flappers dress. It was white with the pink lace around here.
Oh my God.
And with lace, and it was a flapper style with the mullet, with the Madonna. Okay, I was a hot
hell
mess.
Yeah.
I was a hot mess. Okay?
Trying to decide which era you grew up.
I don't know what was going on. I don't know.
Maybe it was a past life where you were a flapper.
Know, I was like,
I could totally see you as
left
a flapper.
And right. Oh God, a flapper with a mullet.
Awesome.
So yeah, it was fun.
I really want to thank you for stopping by Tradition Cafe. You're fucking awesome. I love working with you at the day job, which shall remain nameless.
Yes, yeah, anonymous, please.
I'm just so happy that you came by. We've been talking about it forever. And the next time we see each other at Tradition Cafe, you're going to cook something for us.
I will. And definitely you can put me down for sopa de albóndigas.
Nice.
Because it's quick.
Nice.
And it's yummy.
And today would be a great day because it's raining like crazy outside right now.
But Latinos, we eat soup when it's 100 degrees outside.
Yes, because it keeps you cool.
Yeah, okay. That's what we've been buying into, right? Our whole lives.
Right?
Yeah.
That and Viva Peru.
Yeah, Vicks Vaporú. That's right. And the Virgin Mary candle.
Right? Exactly.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you, Anita.
Thank you so much. And we will see you soon.
Hasta luego.
Next time we see her, it'll be on video at Tradition Café. And we're going to I might try to convince her to make a couple of different things. You're going to love it. All right. Look for us on traditioncafe.com and look for us on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, blah, blah, blah. You get it. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Thank you so much to my amazing and hilarious guest, Violeta del Carmen, for sharing her story and her voice with us here at Tradition Café. It's always a blast to get together with her and laugh, whether it's at work, on this podcast, or on a plant shopping spree, because we are both hopelessly addicted to houseplants, succulents, and anything that won't talk back. This episode is brought to you by the Fireside Lounge, located at 1453 Webster Street in Alameda, California. It's your spot for craft cocktails, live music, and good vibes. Check out thefiresidelounge.com for what's happening this week. Follow Tradition Café on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen, and connect with us on Facebook and Instagram. Also, swing by traditioncafe.com for more stories, culture, and behind-the-scenes fun. I'm Ana Xavier, and until next time, keep sipping your coffee and raising a cocktail. Let the stories inspire you, and we'll see you at the next episode of Tradition Café. Thanks for listening.